Hey, I'm Devin. I love the feeling of solving a problem, which is why I like rock climbing so much. Each wall is a new problem to be solved as you figure out the best way to the top. I've definitely experienced my own climbing fails, and sometimes I get frustrated and confused about why my plan didn't work like I thought it would. When I get confused, it's always nice to have someone who has climbed the wall before to help me out and give me advice on the best way to go. And that doesn't stop with the rock wall. There are times I get confused in life too. But what should I do when I don't understand what's going on around me? All of us wonder this at some point. Whenever I feel confused, I look to God's Word, the Bible. Here, let me show you. The Bible is God's true message to us about Himself. Let's take a look in the book of 2 Kings. Here, a man named Elisha and his servant were surrounded by a giant army. Let's see how God showed His faithfulness in a big way.
Elisha and the army. Long ago, there was a nation called Aram, which had a king. The king decided to go to war against the country of Israel, which was the nation of God's people. The king of Aram told his servants about his plan to go to war and where he would send his army. Elisha was a prophet, a person who received special messages from God. Elisha warned the king of Israel, telling him, "Be careful going by this certain place, because the king of Aram has an army waiting for you." This happened over and over, so the king of Israel was always on guard. When the king of Aram saw his plans had been discovered, he was furious. He called his servants and demanded, "Tell me, which one of you is the traitor? Who has been telling the king of Israel my plans?" One of his servants said, "No one, my king. Elisha, the prophet in Israel, is able to tell his king everything that you say." So the king of Aram said, "Go and find out where Elisha is so I can send an army to capture him." Someone told the king that Elisha was in a place called Dothan. So the king of Aram sent an army to capture Elisha. The army traveled there by night and surrounded Dothan. Elisha's servant got up early the next morning and saw the army surrounding the city. He asked Elisha, "What are we going to do?"
Oh, whoa. Waking up to an army surrounding your city doesn't seem like a relaxing morning. The servant didn't see a way to escape. But let's see how God revealed His faithfulness in a big way.
Elisha said, "Don't be afraid. Those who are with us outnumber those who are with them." Elisha prayed that God would let the servant see the truth about their situation. Suddenly, Elisha's servant saw the mountain covered with horses and chariots of fire all around. God was with them in an incredible way. God's heavenly army surrounded them. When the army of Aram came towards Elisha, Elisha prayed again, "Please make them blind so they can't see us." So God made the army unable to see. Elisha said to them, "This isn't the way you want to go. Follow me, and I'll take you to the man you're looking for." Elisha led the army to a place called Samaria. When the army of Aram got to Samaria, Elisha prayed for them to be able to see again. God opened their eyes, and they saw that they were in the middle of Samaria. The king of Israel asked Elisha, "Should I do away with them?" Elisha replied, "Don't do away with them. Give them food and water, and let them go back to their home." So the king of Israel prepared a big feast for them. After they ate and drank, the king sent them back to Aram, and the army of Aram never attacked Israel again.
Whoa. God was faithful to protect Elisha and his servant, and He was working behind the scenes in ways they didn't know until God showed them. Elisha reminded his servant that those with them outnumbered those in the army. The servant probably didn't understand what Elisha meant until Elisha prayed and the servant's eyes were open. Then the servant saw that God was with them. Cool, right? In our world, things can seem complicated and can leave us feeling confused. We can wonder what's going on and why things don't seem to work out how we think they should. But when we trust that God is always with us and that He is faithful, we can remember that God is completely capable. And we can live securely knowing that He is bigger than any challenge because He is always faithful to us. Even when we feel confused, our feelings don't change who God is. He's always faithful, and you can be secure when you're locked into Him.
Devin, dude, ready to take on this wall?
For sure, man. Let me grab my harness. All right, well, I better get going. See ya.